Up there beyond that ridge is a labyrinth of hills. Wainwrights, Burkitts, Singes, unclassified crags, pathless ground, hard ground, the foothills of the big mountains. That's where we're heading. Morning, we're down Eskdale, just parked up at Warehouse Farm, which is free. Leaving the car park, we've head down the road a little bit towards Warehouse Bridge, crossed Warehouse Bridge and then turned right immediately through the gate onto the footpath down the side of the River Esk, just to our right. To our left we've got Birker Fell and Hard Knot, and then we're going to turn left and head up this ridge in front of us behind them trees to Green Crag and a few other smaller fells. Just me and the rock star today. We're going to head towards Penny Hill Farm. We're going to turn left and head up onto the fell side. Once through the gate by the big old oak tree, start heading up the fell. That's Warehouse Farm now below us, where we parked. And follow the wall at the top for a few hundred yards. Keeping the wall to your left, you'll then hit this gate, head through this gate, and then there's a gate on the left, I think. Head through that one and you'll end up on the green access footpath just here. There you go, through here, where we'll then meet another path heading up the fell side. Up there somewhere there's a little cairn here marking the way. Turn right at the cairn and you'll find this footpath through the bracken. Starting to get a good view of the big fells behind us now. They've got a dusting of snow. That's Bow Fell directly in front of us in the middle, and to the left of that we got Slight Side heading up onto Scarfell. Scarfell pikes in the Clag. This path will either take us round Kepple Crag or over the summit. It's a Birker, so it's your choice. I haven't quite decided yet. We're going to stay on the footpath and head round this first crag, and then once round the crag we're going to head up to Kepple Crag from this flat boggy area here. Just up there. That first pointy crag could be confused with the summit, but it's not. The summit of Kepple Crag is behind it. That storm that we had yesterday still hasn't completely cleared. It's a bit wild up here. Wouldn't rule out the chance of a snow shower. Kepple Crag summit, 328 metres, and it's a Birker. There's no summit feature, just rock. Right then, we'll head back down to the footpath. Then over to another two Birkers, Great Whinscale and Crook Crags, and then eventually Green Crag. As you know, is a Wainwright. I absolutely love these Birker Fells above Eskdale. I think the best Birker Fells on the list. Just lovely and remote, it's just fantastic. There is a little bit of off-piste work to do bagging these Birkers, but you can avoid all the big steep crags. Keep on the grassy terraces and grassy rakes. Just work your way through the crags. We're heading for Great Whinscales. You could avoid these Birker Fells and stay on this path all the way to Green Crag if you liked, if you were just bagging Wainwrights, which I'm sure a lot of yous are, but once you finish them you're going to want to think of somewhere else, and these Birkers is the answer. If you're looking at the map for a footpath, there isn't one. I just know the route, so you know, GPX files often come in handy when there is no footpath on the Ordnance Survey map. All these crags get a little bit confusing. I'm going to head up this grassy rake between the two crags here, just by the sheepfold, and then once I get to the top I'm going to head right for Great Whinscale. Here we are, Great Whinscale just ahead of us here. This little tree on the skyline's a good reference. We're going to head up that little grassy rake there and then onto the summit. I've actually found a little bit of a faint trod on this one. Might be a sheep trod, but it's going in the right direction. Here's a rock star! Look at this cool little pyramid here. That's a fancy little rock, isn't it? That little pyramid is the summit of Great Whinscale. Head round the back of it and then up to the rocky top. Boy, these crags up here are confusing. It's really hard to find the true summits of these hills. The summit of Great Whinscale, 427 metres. It's a Birker. From the summit of Great Whinscale, we'll head over to Crook Crag, which is just ahead of us here. You can't really miss this one. To our right we've got the outlying fells, Water, and behind Water we've got the Irish Sea and the Isle of Man, and the nuclear town of Sellafield. The scar fells are starting to look a bit grotty. Once we get up Crook Crag, we should be able to clearly see Green Crag. I'm just trying to negotiate the easiest way up Crook Crag. I'll just follow Billy. I'm heading round the back of it because it's too steep on the front here. Hoping there's a way just up here. I think there is. The summit of Crook Crag, 469 metres. It's a Birker. There you go. Once again, no summit feature. Back down the same way and over to Green Crag. We're almost up Green Crag. There's some dodgy looking weather behind us. I don't think it's going to take long to catch up with us. It's a big squall of rain. He knows where the shelter is. That looks promising. We'll hunker down up there till this lot passes by. We're just sheltered here below the summit. We're just going to bag the summit and then come back down before the weather completely engulfs us. Green Crag summit, 489 metres. It's a Wainwright, a Birker and a hump. And finally we've found a summit with a cairn on it. Look at that weather behind us now over the Scar Fells. Right behind us is Crook Crag, where we've just came from. We're going to head back down the same way, back into the col between Green Crag and Crook Crag, and head for Long Crag. We've been quite lucky. It doesn't look like that weather's going to swallow us up after all. We could be tricked into putting the drone up, but 1 minute the wind's dropping completely off. Even on the summits at times it's dropping off to nothing, and then a few seconds later it's blowing in about 40 mile an hour. It's just bonkers, proper squally. Not worth the risk. We're back in the col below Crook Crag, but this time we're going to head under it, slightly right towards Birker Fell, over Long Crag and Dow Crag, D-O-W, not to be confused with the one in Coniston. We're on a nice path, but it's dropping us too far down, so we are going to have to leave it and head over to Long Crag off Piste. We've picked up another tracker here. Very sketchy, all these little paths. They're not on the map, and I'm finding them just by chance really. You need clear weather days to follow these routes. Green Crag now behind me. You don't want to be trying to find your way around these fells in poor weather. This is Long Crag. It's not a summit, so I'm not going to go up it. I'm going to turn left. We're off Piste again till we pick up another path somewhere in front of us over there on that ridge line, heading straight past this little tree. That's Dow Crag over there. We'll head over and bag it. But first I'm just gonna slightly head out of my way over here because something's caught my eye. What's that? That people is the strangest looking tree I've ever seen. We're off Piste still. If you do find any paths, you're lucky. There's nothing on the map, like I said, so I'm more navigating visually, you know, towards certain crags and, you know, references. If I was looking for paths, I would be in trouble. And it seems like all these trees are strange. The pass of the strange trees. And here we have Dow Crag. It's not a Birker, I think it's a singe. Look at that lot behind me. It's a pathless rabbit warren of rock. Dow Crag, 404 metres, and it is a singe because I've just checked. There you go. There's the to Dow Crag. Kind of imposing, isn't it? We worked our way down the side. We need to get below the big crag and down onto this flat ground below us. We're heading for Plateau Gill. The path down there in front of us is where we're trying to get to. It'll lead us straight into Eskdale. It might have been easier dropping back down Dow Crag the way we came up and then coming down this side below Birker Fell. It's worth noting that there's a lot of bracken up here, so might not be as easy in the summer. And that path will take us back into Plateau Gill, where we'll head slightly up this fence and over this stile in the direction of Birker Fell. We're going to cross the gill and end up on the Birker Fell path. Just beware of that one, it's a really high fence, a tough one for a big dog. I had to lift him over. Head up the gill rather than down, where we'll be able to cross it. Then over another stile and onto the Birker Fell path. Another non-friendly dog stile. From the gate, don't take the obvious path to the right. Take the bracken path to the left that runs down the fence. This one, believe it or not, is actually on the map. There you go. It's a little bit more clear now, but I would imagine this bracken could be quite high in the summer. It'll drop us all the way down to the River Esk, down the side of the gill, and I'm unaware of any path or route down the other side of the gill. So yeah, come over Dow Crag and then head up the gill and cross it. You maybe can just see Wayhouse Farm down there in front of us. It's not too far now, maybe about half a mile. The weather's really grotty now. It came in from the big fells and just kind of lingered. This is an absolute beautiful deciduous oak woodland. We shouldn't be too far off Wayhouse Bridge now. Through this gate at the bottom of the wall and over a little bridge. And head through the wall at the post here, Wayhouse Bridge. So we're not far off the car now. I'm going to wrap the video up. I'd like to say thank you for watching. It was a tough old route, a lot of navigation required, some hard ground, hard crags, hillocks. Not the kind of route you want to be doing in bad weather, but a proper adventure. In total, the whole route's only about 6.5 miles, but you've got to give yourself plenty of time on that sort of ground. If you like my content, please think about giving me a subscribe. It's goodbye from me and goodbye from our lad, the Rockstar.